Nostradamus and the mystery of fate. Imagine this. Every twist and turn in your life wasn't random. Every triumph, every challenge, preordained. What if the path you walk was written long before you took your first breath? Etched into the fabric of time. Invisible, yet unshakable. The idea of a mapped-out destiny has haunted humanity for centuries. Some call it fate. Others dismiss it as fantasy. Yet, it lingers in our minds, a puzzle waiting to be solved. Among those who dared to question this mystery, one name shines through history. Michel de Nostradamus. You might know him as Nostradamus, a man whose cryptic verses whispered secrets about events centuries ahead. A physician by trade, but a visionary by nature. In this video, we dive into 10 chilling predictions attributed to Nostradamus for 2025. These aren't just words. They're glimpses into a future that feels eerily close. Natural disasters, shifting powers, the rise of technology, and questions about humanity's moral compass. But here's the twist. Are these warnings about what's to come? Or are they mirrors reflecting the consequences of our choices? As you watch, you'll discover the deeper meaning behind each prophecy. A glimpse into destiny. Imagine this. Every moment in your life was planned before you were born. The triumphs you celebrate, the challenges you endure, all written in a script. A script etched into the fabric of time. Unseen but inescapable. This idea of preordained destiny is both haunting and fascinating. It raises questions about control. Do we shape our future? Or does it shape us? For centuries, humanity has wrestled with this mystery. We search for signs, explanations, and sometimes, answers. Among those who sought to unravel fate, one man stands above all. His name was Michel de Nostradamus. History remembers him as Nostradamus, a physician, an astrologer, and a man with an uncanny vision of the future. His cryptic quatrains, written centuries ago, whisper secrets about our destiny. Some see them as poetry, others see prophecy. But one thing is certain, they provoke thought and challenge belief. 2025, the year of uncertainty. Nostradamus's writings have drawn attention for their eerie accuracy. Events like the French Revolution, the atomic bomb, and more seem to echo his words. Now, as we approach 2025, his predictions feel unsettlingly relevant. What does he warn about? 10 chilling possibilities. Each one raises questions about the future we face. Natural disasters, political chaos, and the rise of technology are just the beginning. But these predictions do more than warn. They reflect the consequences of our own actions. Are we the architects of our destiny? Or are we mere players in a script too vast to comprehend? The wrath of the earth. One of Nostradamus's most haunting predictions speaks of volcanic devastation. The earth will shake around the new city, the sky will catch fire over the ocean. What does this mean? It could point to an eruption unlike anything humanity has seen. Scientists today warn of supervolcanoes like Yellowstone in the United States. If one of these erupts, the impact would be catastrophic. Imagine ash blotting out the sun for months. Crops failing worldwide. Temperatures plummeting in a volcanic winter. Economies crumbling under the weight of famine and desperation. Modern reflection. This is more than prophecy. It's a warning. A reminder of humanity's fragile relationship with nature. Are we paying attention to the warning signs? Rising temperatures, melting glacier, and tectonic shifts all point to a world in flux. We have the tools to prepare, early warning systems, sustainable practices, and scientific collaboration. But are we doing enough? Or are we blinded by complacency? Nostradamus's words call us to action, to think beyond the present and consider the future. Personal perspective. As humans, we often react only when disaster strikes. We underestimate nature's power and overestimate our control. Nostradamus's prediction isn't just about a volcanic eruption. It's a symbol of the consequences of neglecting the natural world. Imagine waking up to a sky darkened by ash, the air thick with sulfur, streets buried in silence, only broken by fear. It's not just a possibility, it's a reality if we ignore the signs. This isn't meant to instill fear, but to inspire action. The question isn't if disasters will happen. It's how prepared we will be when they do. A journey worth continuing. This is just the beginning. Nostradamus's quatrains speak of more than just natural disasters. He warns of political upheavals, technological revolutions, and existential challenges. Each prophecy holds a lesson, a reflection on human choices. In the next part of this video, we'll uncover another prediction, a chilling glimpse into shifting global power and the alliances that could crumble. What does this mean for the world? How does it affect you? Stay with us as we journey deeper into the mind of Nostradamus. His words challenge us to think, to prepare, and to act. Let's face the riddles of destiny together. Shifting political alliances. Imagine a world where trust crumbles overnight. Alliances, built over decades, fall apart. Old friends turn into rivals, and stability transforms into chaos. Nostradamus foresaw such a world. In one chilling quatrain, he wrote, "The great empire will be replaced by another. Betrayal among allies will shatter trust." What could this mean? The phrase, great empire, likely points to global superpowers. Perhaps the United States, long seen as a leader on the world stage. But empires don't last forever. History has shown us that. Modern reflection. Today, the world feels more connected than ever. Nations trade, collaborate, and rely on each other. But beneath the surface lies tension, competition for power, rivalries that never truly disappeared. Look at the shifting dynamics between the US and rising powers like China. Economic competition has become a race for technological and military dominance. The great empire might not fall suddenly, but it could erode, piece by piece. Alliances, too, are fragile. NATO, once a pillar of Western unity, faces internal disagreements. Political leaders change, priorities shift, and trust weakens. Nostradamus's prophecy speaks to this fragility. It warns of betrayal, not just between nations, but within them. The weight of betrayal. Betrayal doesn't always come as a dramatic event. Sometimes, it's a slow unraveling. A whisper of distrust here, a backroom deal there. One nation prioritizes its ambition over unity. The result? Chaos. When alliances break, the consequences ripple outward. Trade agreements collapse. Global economies falter. Military conflicts become more likely. Nostradamus's words may feel distant, but their implications are chillingly relevant. Personal perspective. History repeats itself, and ambition often overrides loyalty. In ancient Rome, allies turned on one another for power. In the 20th century, political betrayals led to wars that reshaped continents. Nostradamus's prophecy is not just about the future. It's a reminder of our past mistakes. But here's the hopeful part. We can learn from history. Diplomacy, mutual understanding, and shared goals are the keys to avoiding such chaos. When nations prioritize unity over greed, the world becomes stronger. Nostradamus may have warned of betrayal, but he also leaves room for change. The human element. At its core, this prophecy isn't just about governments or leaders. It's about people. Trust is fragile, whether in politics or daily life. Betrayal, even on a small scale, can shatter connections that take years to build. Nostradamus's words remind us to value trust, both globally and personally. A glimpse of what's next. What happens when trust dissolves? Nostradamus's quatrains suggest more than political shifts. They hint at larger consequences. Economic turmoil, the rise of new powers, even the collapse of entire systems. But his writings don't stop here. They also speak of technological revolutions that could reshape humanity itself. What does the future hold when machines start thinking like humans? Can technology build bridges where politics fail? Or will it deepen the divide? Stay with us as we uncover Nostradamus's vision of the next great transformation. The rise of artificial intelligence and its implications for our world. The answers may surprise you, and the questions will challenge you. Let's continue this journey into the unknown. The East ascends. Imagine a world where power shifts like a tide. A world where the familiar order dissolves. Nostradamus captured this vision in a single, haunting line. The sun rises in the east as the west wanes, a new order is forged. What does this mean? The imagery is clear. The east is rising, while the west falters. A new balance of power emerges. Modern reflection. Today, this prophecy feels strikingly relevant. Eastern nations, like China and India, are transforming the global landscape. Their advancements in technology, infrastructure, and trade are impossible to ignore. China's Belt and Road Initiative connects continents. It strengthens ties and reshapes economies. Meanwhile, India emerges as a technological powerhouse. Its innovations in software, space exploration, and renewable energy inspire awe. In contrast, the West faces challenges. Internal divisions strain alliances. Economic stagnation creates uncertainty. The dominance it once held appears to waver. This isn't just about economics. Culture and influence are shifting. 2. Eastern philosophies, traditions, and innovations are gaining prominence. Nostradamus's vision of a new order is unfolding before our eyes. The fragility of balance. But power shifts rarely happen peacefully. History reminds us that transitions are fraught with tension. Competition for resources intensifies. Disputes over trade and territory escalate. Consider the South China Sea. It's a flashpoint of rising tensions. Nations compete for control of vital shipping routes. The West watches warily as the East asserts its strength. Then there's technology. Who will dominate artificial intelligence, 5G networks, or space exploration? These are the battlefields of the modern era. Nostradamus's words feel less like prophecy and more like an urgent warning. Personal perspective. This shift in power isn't inherently good or bad. It's a natural cycle. Empires rise and fall. Cultures evolve and adapt. The real question is how humanity handles it. Will we allow competition to breed conflict? Or will we choose collaboration over division? The East brings opportunities for unity. Shared goals like addressing climate change or advancing medicine could unite nations. But this requires trust, humility, and mutual respect. Nostradamus's prophecy reminds us to look beyond rivalry. It challenges us to find common ground, even in times of change. A mirror for humanity. This isn't just about nations. It's about people. We all feel the effects of shifting power. Trade agreements affect jobs. Technological advancements reshape industries. Cultural exchanges enrich our lives. But the human element often gets lost in the shuffle. Nostradamus's words remind us of the cost of division. When we focus on differences, we lose sight of shared humanity. What comes next? As the East rises, a question lingers. Will this new order bring peace or discord? Nostradamus suggests that the answer lies in our hands. Collaboration could lead to an era of progress, but rivalry could spark conflict with devastating consequences. His prophecies don't stop here. In the next chapter, we'll explore a force even more unpredictable: nature itself. Nostradamus warns of environmental catastrophes that could test humanity's resilience. What happens when the earth turns against us? When rivers dry and harvests fail? Join us as we uncover the next revelation. The lessons might save us, or at least prepare us for what's to come. Let's keep unraveling the mysteries of destiny. Climate crisis, nature's fury. Imagine a riverbed cracked and barren. Crops wither under a relentless sun. Communities scramble for water, their lifeline slipping away. Nostradamus foresaw this tragedy in a single stark prophecy. The rivers will dry, the harvests will fail. What does this mean for us? The image is painfully clear. Nature is fighting back, and humanity is unprepared. Modern reflection. Today, the signs of this prophecy are all around us. Rising temperatures push ecosystems to their limits. Forests burn faster than we can replant. Glaciers melt. Swelling seas and swallowing coasts. Droughts devastate farms, leaving fields lifeless. Hurricanes grow stronger, flattening towns in their path. Floods overwhelm cities, displacing thousands in an instant. This isn't just a local problem. It's a global crisis. Failed harvests in one region ripple across continents. Food prices soar. Economies strain. And tensions rise. Nature's fury doesn't discriminate. It tests the resilience of rich and poor alike. Nostradamus's words remind us that no nation is immune. The cost of neglect. This isn't just a warning about the environment. It's a reflection of human choices. Centuries of exploitation have pushed Earth to its breaking point. We burn forests for profit. We pollute rivers for convenience. We overconsume, thinking resources are infinite. But the Earth remembers. It responds with floods, droughts, and storms. Nostradamus's prophecy isn't about punishment. It's about consequence. The rivers dry because we neglect them. The harvests fail because we take them for granted. Personal perspective. This is more than an environmental issue. It's a moral one. How can we protect future generations if we destroy their world? How can we live in harmony with nature when we see it only as a resource? The urgency of this crisis cannot be overstated. Protecting the planet is no longer optional. It's the foundation of survival. But solutions exist. Community-driven efforts can restore balance. Policies can guide industries toward sustainable practices. Education can inspire a new generation to care for the earth. Nostradamus's prophecy challenges us to act, not tomorrow, but today. A glimpse of hope. Despite the bleak picture, there is hope. Communities worldwide are rising to the challenge. Farmers adopt practices that conserve water and enrich soil. Cities invest in renewable energy, reducing their carbon footprints. Technology, too, offers promise. Innovations in solar and wind energy show that progress and sustainability can coexist. These efforts remind us that humanity has always thrived when faced with adversity. Nostradamus's prophecy isn't the end of the story. It's a call to rewrite it. We have the tools, the knowledge, and the power to turn the tide. What lies beyond? But as we face nature's fury, we must ask, what happens if we fail? What does the world look like when resources vanish and tensions boil over? Nostradamus hints at a chilling possibility: conflict on a global scale. In the next chapter, we explore his vision of war. A war born from division and desperation. A war that threatens to undo everything humanity has built. How can we prevent such a catastrophe? How can we turn fear into action? Stay with us as we unravel this next prophecy. The answers may hold the key to peace, or reveal the path to chaos. Let's continue this journey together. Looming global conflict. Imagine a skyline consumed by flames. Cities crumble, and the air fills with fear. Nostradamus warned of such chaos in a chilling quatrain. Two brothers torn apart, the fortress falls, the big city burns. What do these words mean? They paint a picture of division, destruction, and despair. Nations that once stood united now face each other as enemies. Modern reflection. Today, the world feels like a powder keg. Tensions simmer between powerful nations. The United States and China grapple for dominance in trade and technology. Their rivalry casts a long shadow over global stability. In the South China Sea, disputes over territory grow fiercer. The conflict between China and Taiwan threatens to draw in allies. Each side builds alliances, preparing for what could come. Elsewhere, the war in Ukraine rages on. Its effects ripple across borders, straining resources and testing loyalties. These are not isolated incidents. They are pieces of a larger puzzle. Nostradamus's prophecy feels disturbingly familiar. Two brothers torn apart could symbolize fractured alliances. Nations that once collaborated now act in self-interest. As trust erodes, the risk of war grows. The threat of modern warfare. War today looks very different from centuries past. The mention of big city burns brings to mind nuclear devastation. One act of aggression could ignite a chain reaction. Entire cities could vanish in moments. But the battlefield isn't just physical. Cyber warfare adds a new dimension. Power grids, financial systems, and communication networks are vulnerable. A single attack could paralyze a nation without firing a shot. This is the reality of modern conflict. Nostradamus's words remind us of the cost. War doesn't just destroy buildings. It leaves scars on generations. Personal perspective. War often starts with ambition and ends with loss. Nostradamus's prophecy isn't just a warning. It's a plea to remember what's at stake. Peace isn't easy. It requires compromise, patience, and courage. Nations must prioritize diplomacy over division. Leaders must value dialogue over dominance. History has taught us that war solves nothing. It creates wounds that take decades to heal. Nostradamus's vision challenges us to break the cycle. To choose unity over rivalry. To build bridges instead of walls. The human cost of conflict. This prophecy isn't just about governments. It's about people. Families separated. Children growing up in fear. Communities torn apart by violence. When we see war on the news, it can feel distant. But Nostradamus reminds us that no one is untouched. The ripple effects of conflict reach every corner of the globe. They affect food supplies, economies, and even the environment. If we forget the human cost, we risk repeating history. Nostradamus's warning is a call to empathy, to see beyond borders and understand our shared humanity. A glimpse into what's next. The threat of war is real, but so is the possibility of peace. Nostradamus's words leave room for hope. They remind us that the future isn't set in stone. What happens next depends on us. Will we heed the warnings? Or will we allow ambition to cloud judgment? But war isn't the only challenge we face. Nostradamus also speaks of an impending energy crisis. A world plunged into darkness, searching for solutions. How will humanity adapt when the lights go out? Can innovation save us? Or will desperation lead to chaos? Stay with us as we uncover this next prophecy. The answers may determine the fate of our modern world. Let's continue exploring together. Energy crisis, a world in darkness. Imagine standing in a city blanketed by darkness. Streetlights flicker, then go out completely. The hum of industry falls silent. Nostradamus captured this haunting vision in a single line. The lights will dim, old ways will be sought. What does it mean? A world where energy systems collapse, where the lifeblood of modern society falters. Modern reflection. Energy powers everything we do. It keeps homes warm, hospitals running, and businesses alive. But it's also finite. Fossil fuels are depleting, and the demand for energy is growing. Today, geopolitical conflicts threaten the flow of resources. Nations compete for oil, gas, and rare minerals. Supply chains, once steady, now face uncertainty. Imagine what happens when this balance breaks. Blackouts become routine. Transportation grinds to a halt. Communication systems fail. The modern world comes to a standstill. This isn't a distant possibility. Energy crises are already unfolding. Europe recently faced shortages that left millions struggling. The warning signs are here. Are we paying attention? The fragility of dependence. Our reliance on fossil fuels is a double-edged sword. It has fueled progress but also created vulnerability. A single disruption can ripple across industries. A natural disaster. A political standoff. Even a cyber attack. When the lights go out, society reverts to survival mode. Nostradamus's prophecy, old ways will be sought, reflects this desperation. People turn to candles, fires, and manual tools. Modern conveniences disappear. But this isn't just about comfort. Hospitals need electricity to save lives. Farms need power to grow food. Without energy, humanity faces a cascade of crises. Personal perspective. Nostradamus's warning isn't just about fear. It's about preparation. Renewable energy offers hope. Solar, wind, and geothermal power can sustain us without depleting the earth. But transitioning isn't easy. It requires investment, innovation, and global cooperation. Are we willing to make the effort? Or will we wait until it's too late? Imagine a future where energy is abundant and clean, where nations collaborate to create sustainable solutions. This isn't just a dream. It's a choice we can make. The cost of complacency. Ignoring this crisis comes at a price. Wars over resources, economic instability, environmental destruction. Nostradamus's prophecy reminds us of the consequences of inaction. We must act now. innovate faster, build smarter systems, and educate communities about conservation. This isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving in a new energy landscape. A glimpse into what's next. The energy crisis forces us to rethink progress. But Nostradamus's visions don't stop here. He also speaks of a greater force, the natural world. A force capable of reshaping the earth itself. What happens when rivers run dry and harvests fail? How will humanity respond to nature's fury? In the next chapter, we'll explore this prophecy. A stark reminder of the fragile balance between humanity and the planet. Join us as we uncover what lies ahead. The lessons of Nostradamus challenge us to act wisely and boldly. Let's continue this journey together. Space exploration and its perils. Imagine looking up at the night sky. It feels endless, serene, full of wonder. But Nostradamus saw danger lurking beyond the stars. A messenger of fire shall come from the heavens. What could this mean? A fiery force descending upon Earth. Perhaps an asteroid. Or something far more unpredictable. Modern reflection. Space exploration has transformed humanity's relationship with the cosmos. We've walked on the moon and sent probes beyond the solar system. Ambitions to colonize Mars grow stronger every year. But as we reach for the stars, risks grow with us. The threat of an asteroid impact is ever present. Even a small one could wreak havoc. A direct hit could flatten cities, trigger tsunamis, or darken the skies. Then there's space debris. Thousands of satellites orbit Earth. Old, discarded equipment adds to the clutter. One collision could create a cascade of destruction. This chain reaction, known as the Kessler syndrome, could render space travel impossible. These dangers aren't hypothetical. They're real and increasingly urgent. Nostradamus's messenger of fire may be closer than we think. The double-edged sword of exploration. Our ambitions in space come with incredible promise. Colonizing Mars could secure humanity's future. Mining asteroids could unlock resources beyond imagination. Space exploration could unite nations in shared goals. But it also brings peril. The same technologies that enable exploration can be weaponized. Imagine satellites turned into tools of war. Or nations competing over resources on other planets. Nostradamus's words remind us of the thin line between progress and destruction. The heavens hold wonders, but they also hold dangers. Personal perspective. Space has always represented hope. It's a frontier that inspires dreams and unites humanity. But as we venture further, we must proceed with care. Nostradamus's warning is a call for balance. To chase our cosmic dreams, but not at the expense of Earth. We must prioritize safety, collaboration, and responsibility. Imagine a future where space exploration uplifts humanity, where discoveries benefit all, not just the few, where the messenger of fire becomes a symbol of inspiration, not fear. This isn't just about the cosmos. It's about how we handle power. Will we use it wisely? Or let ambition blind us? The lessons of the cosmos. The stars remind us of our smallness. They also remind us of our potential. Nostradamus's prophecy challenges us to think about the bigger picture. To remember that progress in space must align with stewardship of Earth. If we neglect the planet, all our cosmic ambitions mean nothing. The balance between exploration and preservation is fragile. It's a balance we must maintain. What awaits beyond the stars? Space is not our only frontier. Nostradamus also saw transformations closer to home. His visions include breakthroughs in science, changes that blur the line between humanity and technology, What happens when we can alter life itself? When genetic engineering becomes reality? Join us in the next chapter as we uncover this prophecy. The future of science is thrilling, but it's also unsettling. How far should we go in playing God? Let's explore this together and find the answers. Stay with us as the journey continues. Genetic engineering, playing God. Imagine a world where humans can rewrite the very code of life. A world where diseases vanish, lifespans extend, and physical abilities are enhanced. Nostradamus foresaw such a future in a cryptic line. 9 will be set apart, regarded as divine. What does this mean? It suggests a small group elevated above the rest. Perhaps the first generation of genetically modified humans. Modern reflection. Genetic engineering is no longer science fiction. Tools like CRISPR allow us to edit DNA with precision. We can alter crops to resist disease. We can modify animals to produce more food. And now, we're beginning to reshape human genetics. This technology holds incredible promise. Imagine curing cancer by removing faulty genes, or eliminating inherited disorders like cystic fibrosis. Parents could ensure their children are born free from debilitating illnesses. But this power raises difficult questions. Should we enhance intelligence or physical strength? Should we design appearance or personality traits? At what point does improvement cross the line into playing God? Nostradamus's prophecy hints at this dilemma. The 9 may represent those altered to perfection. But what happens to the rest? Will society divide into the enhanced and the unaltered? The double-edged sword of progress. Genetic engineering isn't inherently good or bad. It's a tool, and its value depends on how we use it. On one side, it could revolutionize medicine, end world hunger, extend lifespans. But on the other, it could deepen inequalities. Imagine only the wealthy affording enhancements, a gap between the genetically privileged and the rest. And what of unintended consequences? A single error in DNA could ripple across generations. Biodiversity, the foundation of life, could diminish. Nostradamus's words remind us to tread carefully. Personal perspective. This prophecy isn't just a warning. It's an invitation to reflect. Humanity must approach genetic modification with humility. The potential to cure disease is inspiring, but we must consider its impact. Imagine creating a perfect generation while neglecting the world's most pressing issues. What good is genetic enhancement in a society divided by inequality? What use is longer life on a planet ravaged by climate change? Nostradamus's vision challenges us to think beyond science, to ask whether we're ready to handle this responsibility, to weigh morality alongside progress. The moral dilemma. Playing God isn't just about altering DNA. It's about deciding who benefits and who doesn't. It's about understanding that every choice carries consequences. The line between improvement and manipulation is thin. We must define it with care. Collaboration is crucial. Scientists, ethicists, and communities must work together. Regulations must guide advancements, ensuring they benefit humanity as a whole. This is the path Nostradamus urges us to consider. What lies beyond human innovation? As we explore the frontiers of science, we must also prepare for the unknown. Nostradamus's quatrains don't just speak of technological progress. They hint at deeper transformations, ones that challenge the very fabric of humanity. In the final chapter, we'll unravel his ultimate vision. A future shaped by human action, yet guided by cosmic forces. What lessons can we take from his warnings? How can we prepare for a future both unpredictable and profound? Stay with us as we bring this journey to its conclusion. Together, let's uncover the final pieces of Nostradamus's puzzle. The answers may surprise you, but the questions will stay with you forever. The human spirit, hope amidst chaos. Imagine standing at the edge of uncertainty. The world feels unpredictable, even fragile. Nostradamus's writings paint a picture of chaos. Yet, they also hold a glimmer of hope. His words remind us of one essential truth. The future isn't set in stone. Humanity has the power to change its course. This power lies not in prophecy, but in action. In how we respond to challenges. In how we come together when everything falls apart. A reminder of resilience. Throughout history, humanity has faced immense trials, wars, plagues, and natural disasters have tested us. Yet, we've always found ways to rise again. In moments of despair, we discover resilience. Communities rebuild after devastation. Science finds cures for once deadly diseases. People come together to help one another. Nostradamus's writings highlight our capacity to endure. Even when the path ahead looks bleak, there is always a way forward. The strength of unity. The challenges Nostradamus describes are daunting. Climate change, war, technological disruption. But they aren't insurmountable. Unity is our greatest strength. When nations collaborate, progress becomes possible. When communities support one another, hope flourishes. Think of global efforts to combat pandemics. Vaccines developed in record time saved millions of lives. Or consider the international response to natural disasters. Aid flows from every corner of the world to those in need. These moments prove that humanity's potential shines brightest in adversity. Nostradamus's warnings are not meant to instill fear. They are calls to action, urging us to unite. Personal perspective. Hope isn't just about believing in a better future. It's about working toward one. We must address the challenges Nostradamus describes with wisdom and compassion. Climate change requires urgent action. War demands diplomacy and understanding. Technology needs ethical boundaries. By acting together, we can turn warnings into lessons, chaos into opportunity. Nostradamus's prophecies remind us of what's at stake. But they also remind us of what we're capable of. A brighter future. Imagine a world where humanity thrives, where innovation uplifts everyone, not just a few. Where nature is cherished, not exploited. This isn't a fantasy. It's a choice. Nostradamus's writings may feel foreboding, but they also carry a message of hope. The future depends on what we do today. Every action matters. Every voice counts. Nostradamus challenges us to embrace this responsibility. The journey continues. As we conclude this journey through Nostradamus's prophecies, one question remains. How will we shape the road ahead? His words have guided us through warnings and possibilities. Now, it's up to us to decide what comes next. The answers aren't in his quatrains. They're in us. In our resilience, unity, and courage. Thank you for joining this exploration of destiny and choice. Let's continue to seek knowledge, inspire change, and create a future worth believing in. The story isn't over. It's just beginning. Conclusion: shaping destiny. You've come to the end of this journey. A journey through Nostradamus's warnings and wisdom. His quatrains are not just predictions. They are mirrors reflecting our nature and choices. They ask us to pause and reflect, to consider the path we're on. The question is simple, yet profound. Will we heed these lessons and act responsibly? Or will we ignore them and let chaos take hold? The future isn't fixed. It's shaped by every action, every decision we make today. As we step into 2025, let's choose to act with wisdom. Let's nurture curiosity and question the status quo. A message of gratitude. Thank you for being here, for listening, reflecting, and engaging with these ideas. Your time and attention are deeply valued. Together, we've explored powerful themes and urgent questions. By seeking knowledge, you've taken the first step toward change. And that's no small feat. This channel, Buddhist Philosophy, exists because of viewers like you. People who care about growth, truth, and action. You're part of a community that seeks not just answers but understanding. That's something worth celebrating. A call to action. Understanding is only the beginning. True transformation happens when we apply what we learn. Take these lessons into your daily life. Practice mindfulness and compassion. Make choices that protect the planet. Build trust in your relationships. Seek unity over division. Every small step adds to a greater movement. Together, we can create a brighter, more harmonious world. An invitation to continue. This journey doesn't end here. There's so much more to explore. The mysteries of life, destiny, and spirituality are vast. Nostradamus's insights are just one part of the puzzle. Stay connected with us here at Buddhist Philosophy. Let's continue to seek wisdom and inspire each other. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video with those who value truth and reflection. And don't forget to comment with your thoughts. Your perspective matters, and we want to hear it. Looking ahead, the future is uncertain, but it's also full of potential. Together, we can shape a destiny that honors wisdom, compassion, and courage. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for your curiosity and your time. Until next time, stay mindful, stay inspired, and stay connected. Let's continue shaping the future, one choice at a time.